Hello and welcome to a Black Talk Radio News Brief. My name, of course, is Scotty Reed. I have a very important breaking news story, actually. This has not made the national media yet, but it's breaking here in North Carolina. You have Alamance County is in the city of Graham that have worked together to institute martial law to protect Confederate monuments. Yes, you have officials, law enforcement officials who were sworn into office to uphold the Constitution and abide by the U.S. Constitution is breaking or violating the U.S. Constitution and violating the rights of the citizens of Alamance County and of Graham, North Carolina. So let's go to this story that is being reported by the outlet, The Intercept. It was a story that was filed by Ada Chavez, and it was just filed on June the 30th. So the article is titled, if you want to pull it up online, is "A North Carolina City Bans Protests Protecting Confederate Monuments." A North Carolina city is using a restrictive ordinance to outlaw protests, threatening to arrest anyone who even attempts to peacefully protest without a permit as part of an effort to protect a Confederate monument that sits outside its courthouse. The Alamance County Sheriff's Office said in a Facebook post on Friday that permits to protest in the city of Graham will not be granted for the foreseeable future, adding that anyone who attempts to protest without a permit will be in violation of the order and arrested. There has been a heavy police presence around the monument, which features a statue of a Confederate soldier with a rifle located in downtown Graham for several days now. Graham, whose population is around 15,000, also declared a state of emergency and set a 9 p.m. curfew over the weekend, which was then canceled on Monday night. This is martial law, folks. This is a suspension of the rights, the constitutional rights of U.S. citizens by using unconstitutional laws to tell people that they can only assemble when their government allows them, even though that's the very government that they are protesting against. That does not work. That is unconstitutional, and it practically does not work. And then you have these officials, again, who are sworn to uphold the U.S. Constitution, are subverting the amendments in order to protect a monument to enemies of the United States of America. It also says, as of June the 27th, the Graham Police Department had arrested one person for resisting, delaying, or obstructing an officer and failure to disperse. The Graham Police said a group of protesters had planned an event at the courthouse on this day, but ended up canceling after they were denied a permit. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Protests that I have been a part of in Gaston County, in the city of Mount Holly, there were no permits filed for, no permits requested. The people just gathered. The police knew about it, specifically the Mount Holly police, and they did everything. The police chief of Mount Holly did everything he could to facilitate safe protests. And that included blocking off traffic for the march. It just all came together like that. But, being one of those organizers, I know for a fact that we didn't file for any permits. We didn't ask for permission to exercise our First Amendment rights or any of our constitutional rights. That is what the Graham Police Department is doing, is subverting and oppressing the citizens in partnership with the Alamance County Sheriff. Who is the Alamance County Sheriff? Who is this insurrectionist who wants to support a monument or protect a monument? Now, again, let's be clear here. I have read no reports or seen anything that would suggest that these protests will be anything other than peaceful. They may be boisterous, but peaceful they have been in Gaston County. Sheriff Terry S. Johnson is the sheriff who is protecting a Confederate monument by violating the rights of every U.S. citizen in Alamance County. They don't even have to be in protest of the Confederate monument. They could be in protest of them not allowing protests. Protesting is now illegal, period. People cannot gather, but, you know, without the fear of being arrested. But I'm sure though, I'm not sure, but I'm willing to bet that Terry S. Johnson is like some of these other sheriffs who won't enforce Democrat North Carolina governor order for social distancing and wearing face masks. Roy Cooper put out that reasonable order in Gaston County Sheriff, and I'm willing to bet you this Sheriff Terry S. Johnson say they will not be enforcing those orders, not arresting anyone for not wearing masks in public. But here you have Sheriff Terry S. Johnson, who is just eliminating the people, trampling on the rights of the people to peacefully assemble and protest and ask their government for a redress of grievances, whether it be that Confederate flag, whether that be a Confederate monument, whether that be police oppression, and definitely this is certainly police oppression. Let's go to the Graham City Police Department. Let's look at whose leadership they are under. This is the Chief of Police, Chief Jeffrey Pritchard, and he's been a police officer since 1992. And he began his career as a patrol officer with the town of Haw River, North Carolina. All right, so we're not into reading bios, okay? So Chief Jeffrey Pritchard is the Chief of Police. His assistant chief is Christy Cole. The Lieutenant of Criminal Investigation is Daniel Sisk. And we have one non-white person, but could be a Latino who classifies himself as white. We have Lieutenant Dwayne Flood, who was born in the county. I'm sorry, that is a white male, the Lieutenant Dwayne Flood. Lieutenant for the Patrol Division is Joaquin Velez. The only person that could be classified as non-white. I guess he meets the diversity higher, huh? All right, so that's your leadership there in Alamance County. Alamance County, where the sheriff and the chief of police and the staff is in a conspiracy to suppress and oppress the citizens of that county and of that city who want to peacefully protest the location of a monument to white supremacy, racism, and slavery that is located at their county courthouse, just as is the case here in Gaston County, where Black Talk Radio Network is based, along with the Black Talk Media Project, and of course this podcast, Black Talk Radio News. And it's been Monroe County, Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. There have been protests against these monuments to white supremacy, against people who were against and fought and killed U.S. soldiers to maintain the right to practice white supremacy and slavery. So this is breaking news. Martial law has been declared in North Carolina and Alamance County, and I think that every good American, quote unquote, should be traveling to Alamance County and Graham City in solidarity with the U.S. citizens who find themselves besieged behind what it seems like enemy lines. I'm sure it seems that way to them. Okay, not so much freedom and democracy here in Graham and Alamance County, Graham City and Alamance County. All right, this has been Scotty Reed with the Black Talk Radio News Brief. Continue to support the production of independent Black media. Make a donation, tax deductible, to the North Carolina-based nonprofit media organization, Black Talk Media Project. Thank you.